Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State, now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
Wentz first play going right to the air. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick back in 2018 from Wyoming, Josh Allen.
And we both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Allen. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The middle they go. It's Willis. And some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Willis. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Broncos at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they were able to tough it out last week. A close 1-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence and they feel like they can continue to get better.
1st and goal from the 3. Up the middle they go. Fields. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fields. And this time he is in.
Yes.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Broncos put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line, quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was, and one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
So they went for two and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to be set up with excellent field position past the 45.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
27 yards there, a first down. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Down to the 22-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
6-0 our score after one. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Now Wentz. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided.
Touchdown, Colts! Donald Parham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Parkey with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. From midfield, here's Allen. And this one is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Being chased out left. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen. Able to find Willis. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 31, Allen forced out to his left. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Ryan Tannehill, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now.
And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
And the Colts coming out now.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Looking deep for Adams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Davante Adams, 54 yards.
And the Colts are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Allen going to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Allen off the play fake. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The final shot before break. Allen. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Matt Corral,
as time expires in the first half.
And the Broncos have taken the lead on the final play of the first half.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
And here's Allen. A final shot before break. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send
message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Allen's throw is complete, and they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Willis. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Up the middle they go. It's Willis. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on third and goal? Play action. Now it's Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From a yard out. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw here complete to Kelsey. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Saquon Barkley, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now Parkey for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Denver's offense now set to go. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And this is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Throwing is Allen on third. He finds his man complete. It's Fields.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Fields. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like... And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Josh Allen, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Now the try here for the point after. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he finished, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Wentz. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And his throw is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And that's complete to Adams.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards. Do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
And that is incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Again, they'll throw with Wentz.
Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's Kelsey on the ground.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Wentz to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Flushed out right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 2nd down, it's Fields. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Steps away to his left. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now Allen.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football?